Wine. It's your boy Face 9, man. Downtown, across the canal, night walk. Finest. Super gangster. See what I'm saying? No super criminal, super gangster. But I got some stories that I'm gonna start broadcasting. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff lately that went on in my past. Growing up in New Orleans, Louisiana, 70117, you know, inner city child. You looking at one, you heard me? Listen, I remember when we first moved on Tupelo and Galvez. It's a block across the canal. This was like in 94, 95, around that time, 94, 95. So, you know, I got cool with some folks. I was young too, probably like 7 when I moved over there. And my folks, we been over there. Like, I was living with my parents, my mom and my dad. You dig? And we was over there for like all the way right before Katrina hit. But I get to that part later. But growing up down there, you know, especially by the time I got to 12, shit, went to experiencing on like smoking weed, not heavy, cause I used to be around some cats that was older than me. They used to smoke. You can ask my homie Chapo. He go by Tony Mike on Instagram. You know, my best buddy right there, man. That's my brother. So yeah, me and him used to always be running together. There was a couple other names that we ran with growing up, but man, Chapo was like the main person. And yeah, we was on that. I got Chapo probably like a year more than about a year or two. So yeah, we used to have these, you know, older cats in the neighborhood. They used to be blowing out, and we used to be cool with like their nephews and stuff. So we used to like be seeing their ass smoking all the time. We used to be bugging the shit out of them. Especially one of the good homies of ours, go by Tap. He a little older than us. He used to look at our ass like, y'all motherfuckers don't need to smoke shit. You know what I'm saying? We was in one of them type neighborhoods, like the older cats they ain't want us fucking around at all. They was on our, they were like, boy, get the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So we used to bug them so fucking much about letting us hit the joint, You know, he got to a point, he got tired of hearing us. He used to put like clips out, right? Not even put them out here, throw them bitches on the ground, boom, because he wouldn't hand us shit. He didn't want that on his heart, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of good, genuine people down there in New Orleans. He didn't want that type of shit on his heart. I know that's what it was. He was just on some shit like, just throw his, whenever he done, he'll throw that Batman chop or go run for that motherfucker and smoke. You know what I'm saying? Be high as a kite off a fucking clip. And then, you know, long story short, fast forward, we got older. I want to say about middle school. And then, man, this nigga, we was on, like, we used to be on It was a few of the homies in the neighborhood. We used to be on Pokemon hard, like, early 2000. You know, I didn't fast forward some years. Like, 2000, 99, 2000, we bought Pokemon galore, nigga. We had the little Game Boy colors and shit with the different Pokemon games to the motherfuckers. A book of Pokemon cards and shit. We used to be on that shit heavy. And then we went to fading away from all that childhood shit at an early age. You know, just because of the stuff we were surrounded by and what we used to see a lot. And Man, when I tell you, we faded off that shit so quick. By the time we got to middle school, I had went to realizing it was a lot of different people who was into it themselves, and we used to have like certain like cards, right? And I'm so damn silly. And naive. Like I had a very authentic like Pokemon card. It was like a holographic Charizard, like the fire breathing one, like the dragon. I had one of them, and they had a little dude at King Middle School. Cause I used to go there with my book of cards and shit. He saw that motherfucking card. He was like, "Boy, I give you $100 for that." And me, I'm like, "Fuck, I was about 11, 12, 7th grade, 11, 12, or some shit like that." And, man, he told me $100. I'm like, all right, go get that shit. You know, I'm gonna sell this motherfucker. And I'm gonna sell it quick to you. You know what I'm saying? You want $100 for that? Boom. So the next day he come back to school. I think the little dude name was Giovanni or something like that. Yeah, I think a little dark skinned dude. He was short and shit. But that boy came the next day with them $100, crispy $100 bill. I ain't asking where it came from. Shit, I ain't give a fuck. And man, I slung that motherfucker to him, boy. Like, huh, pimp. Had a whole Hyundai, boy. I don't even think I told my parents I made that money. I think I did, cause my parents was cool as shit. So yeah, I told them. I think I told my parents that I made $100, you know. I sold one of my Pokemon cards. And but yeah, fast forward from that, I want to say like, and then after he bought that, I was still like, I got in the habit of just selling Pokemon cards, boom, 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 like this, single cards or probably like a few at a time and shit. Cause I had so many, I had like a book of them motherfuckers. So I want to say like a week or two later, the fucking principal of King Middle School, I forgot that lady name. She was mean as shit though. The principal, I guess somebody said what they. I think the word got back to her from the dude Giovanni parents. Like, oh, he sold. I guess the dude took his parents' money or whatever, and she said she would pretty much approach me, right? She approached me and I had my book on me and shit, and she said, "Oh, I'm shutting down your operation," and took my book. Right? Fast forward, like towards the end of that school year, you know, and you know how, back in the day, like they'll send kids to the principal office and shit. The principal could be not unattended and they going through the fucking desk of the principal desk and shit. They must have ran across my motherfucking Pokemon book. Nigga, by the time I got that book back at the end of the year, that shit was not looking the same, nigga. Hella pages was missing out that bitch here. Hella pages. So, that's when I gave that Pokemon shit up. And then, I dabbled into other shit, like, cause I used to be right on the corner, man. My parents' house is right next door to a corner store. You heard me? Tupelo and Galvez. It's the Lower Ninth Ward, New Orleans. So, went to seeing like the older fellas on the block. The fella that was older than us. He used to be on the block doing their little hustle shit. And I tell you one thing. I jumped off the porch probably like 14. Probably like 13, 14, right? Because at that point, like around 13, I was already like, now motherfuckers was like surfing us and shit. So we was shopping with motherfuckers. And, that's when me, Chop, and another homie used to go like 222 on a nickel bag. Our nickel bags down there. And it was that Reggie, me and shit. Them bitches, nigga, them bitches used to be so fat. You heard me? Them bitches used to be so fat. Nigga used to get like 3 blunts out the motherfuckers. So we used to go like 2, get the nickel bag, go get a blunt. But we'd wind up just rolling the whole fucking sack. It was a big ass blunt. We used to smoke and shit. That's when we were like 12, 13. As time went on, nigga, we went to like getting a little more. Just to try to get out there and hustle that shit. And yeah, man, that's how everything got started with that hustle shit with me. Just start off selling weed and shit. And you know, that's how, you know, both parents had a big influence in my life, but the streets down there, like, they had a bigger influence, like, growing up in New Orleans. It was exciting growing up down there. Even though it was a lot of, like, murdering and jacking, carjacking and all that shit going on down there, but that was, like, people who was, like, let's just say, me and my folk probably knew who was doing all that anyway, and they was just around us with the shit, just yapping about it or whatever. But yeah, man, shit was exciting, but it wasn't the smartest thing, if I must say. But yeah, you know, I ain't gonna hit y'all with too much of it. I'm gonna jump back on here with another video. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, man. Appreciate y'all. And I'm gone, man. Gang.